welcome to hopefully another edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals, where you know we only have those 3 rules. You must have passion, you must have patience, and you must be willing to practice. So, folks, I didn't update the weight loss chart this week. You know, last week I was what did I just do there? Last week I was down. I hit the wrong button. I was down 9 pounds last week. Actually weighed myself right before I came on, and I'm down another 2 pounds. So far so good. This keto low carb diet thing seems to be working for us. So we're gonna keep on at it and see how we go from there. Anyway, today we are doing a chicken and zucchini bake. It's funny, I was talking to one of the viewers via chat, and they're like, "What are you doing next week?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I was gonna do burritos. My daughter, she ain't a big fan of the burritos, and I'm like, well, I gotta do something because I gotta figure it out. So I came up with this zucchini chicken skillet. So basically, some diced chicken breast. We're gonna cook that. Turn this down while I'm talking. We're gonna cook that. Seasoning just some salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic. Set that to the side. Saute some zucchini, some onion, some bell pepper, a little bit of garlic. Add to that some diced tomatoes, and maybe add just a little bit of tomato paste to thicken it up. And then we're going to go from there, put it back all together, and that's going to be tonight's low-carb meal. If you want to add a little bit more to it, you could serve it over like cauliflower rice or something like that, but I opted not to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, you're going to take your chicken, about a pound and a half or so of chicken. If I can get this thing off. Let me put a little bit more oil in that because that was on for a minute. So let me add just a little bit more oil. All right, and we're going to go ahead and add this chicken to the pan. And while that's sitting there, we'll go ahead and add a little bit of garlic. Now, full disclosure as always, I brine my chicken, so that's why you're not going to see me add any salt to it. That's just typically how I cook. I always brine. So brine is nothing but a water and salt solution. You use 1 tablespoon of salt to every cup of water, whatever you're doing. So what I always do, put my poultry or my meat or whatever in a pan or a bowl, cover it up with water. Notice how much water that is. And then I put that amount of salt and I let it brine overnight. Just because it, especially when it comes to chicken, it definitely gives you a more forgiving and tender chicken by brining it beforehand. All right, I'm bringing this back up to medium. And we're going to mix it up just to get those Italian herbs and garlic incorporated in there. And we're going to let this sit, and we're going to brown it for 5 minutes or so until it turns brown, I guess. I don't know why I was thinking of something more complicated to say right there, but that's what we're going to go ahead and do from there. What was I doing? Oh. I'm going to stop hitting the wrong button one day. That's probably my low-key brag, me constantly putting that weight loss thing up there, but no, I just hit the wrong button. Well, if it ain't gonna taste good, it's definitely gonna. It smells good. If you're out there, folks, as always, go ahead and hit me a shout out. Let me know your own. Make sure these comments coming in clearly. And I got a new feature. I'll put it up again as we progress on the show. But I got this new feature I figured out, so I start using the app that actually breaks down the nutritional value. So this meal is only, as you see, about 369 calories and about 13 grams of carbs per serving. So this is enough for about 4 people. So it's a relatively low carb and low calorie meal with everything that we put in it. And if you want to reduce the carb even further, if 13 is just too high for you, you could take out the tomatoes, because that's where the bulk of your carbohydrates is coming from. turn this just a little bit higher. I am working on adding a lower third. I was talking about, hey Gina, what's going on? Appreciate you for tuning in. I am gonna been working on the lower third because I know sometimes y'all tune in mid-show and I don't always catch it when you ask when we cooking today. So I am working on trying to put a lower third on here or wording at the bottom to let y'all know what we cooking. But if you are just tuning in, we are doing a Zucchini Chicken Skillet. This is still low carb month. Well, it's a continuation of low carb month. This is a new month now. This is a continuation of low carb month. And today we keep on going with it. So with another low carb meal. Again, it's only 13 grams of carbs per serving in this particular dish. Now, and this is happening to me because of I didn't let the chicken dry properly, so it's not getting brown the way I wanted to. So I'm gonna have to turn the heat up a little bit more. Be careful with this. This is a good way of showing you because what happens is you end up getting more of a steam than a browning to it, and you got to turn your heat up. What is that in there? I don't know what that is. Oh, extra sauce on it. Get y'all shot into the pot. And it should be, like I said, about 5 minutes or so with the browning of the chicken. Hey, what up, though? Will, appreciate you for tuning in. We're going to let this... I didn't bring that thermometer back out here. Can you do me a favor and grab that red thermometer off the kitchen counter? I usually keep a thermometer out here and messed around and broke one of my gadgets. We're almost done here, but y'all know me. I don't like to cook to sight. I cook the temperature, so I want to check the temperature of this chicken before we move any further. Thank you. Almost there. Again, poultry is done at about 165, but as I state quite often, especially when you have a continuing meal such as this one where you're doing it in steps, I'm going to pull this at about 158 because that residual heat is going to keep cooking. And although I did brine my chicken, ain't nothing worse than some dry behind chicken breast. Now, you can also substitute in thighs, which is my preference because they're more flavorful. But my family ain't a big fan of thighs. You can substitute thighs in this meal to give you a little bit more leeway with the cooking and a little bit more flavor. Oh, yes, and while I hydrate with, what is this I'm drinking today? A tequila spritzer. Since I'm still on low carb, it ain't too much I can do. But since tequila has 0 carbs per 1.5 ounce pours and a little sparkling water, it'll keep me hydrated while I'm cooking this low carb meal. All right, lost a piece. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull these out and set them to the side. And then continue on with the rest of the cooking. So after we get this out of here, we're going to go ahead and add in the onions, the bell peppers, and the zucchini. Add just a smidge of salt to that, and saute those, and then we're gonna add this chicken back into it, along with the tomatoes and the tomato paste. See, give y'all a shot in here. This is what I was telling y'all. This is where I was rushing. Normally, what I would advise is taking your chicken out a little bit earlier so it can start air drying, because if not, you get all this extra moisture in there, which you don't really want. It don't affect the taste, it just affects the browning. It can't get that, I think it's called the Maillard reaction. You can't get that when all that liquid is in there. Go ahead and cover that. While that's set to the side, I'm going to increase this heat just a little bit so I can get some of that liquid out. Because when we add in the zucchini, that's going to even be more liquid in there. All right, so let's go ahead and add in the zucchini. Add me just a smidge more oil. Turn this down, and we're going to add in these onions and bell peppers. Let me switch apparatus. Yeah, you know what? So Wilbur, yeah, so that is, and I've seen birds where you put it to the side or drain it off. The thing is, I need some of the liquid in the pan, because, let me see, can I show you there? That's why I was trying to add some more oil. I need some of that liquid in that pan to help with the vegetables, because those you're not really trying to char, you are trying to steam those. But I just didn't need that much liquid in there. But, hey, this is Crate Simple Meals. We keep it simple. And we're going to add just a pinch of salt into this. One that's going to help that brown off a little bit faster. Now, when it comes to the vegetables, sauteing the vegetables, you know, everybody got their way of doing it. I like mine with not soft, with just a little crunch. Some folks, my wife being one of them, they want that crunch to it. So with that, you have to judge when's the best time for you to stop this sauteing process. It's one of them, you can't really give you a time, or you just got to kind of just watch it and see when you want to go ahead and stop it. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, drain it off to the side. Yeah, you know what, I think it was last week show or the week before that, I was saying, when I get famous and they start offering me, you know, deals to develop pots, I'm going to develop a true skillet for those of us that cook for a family. Because these 12-inch skillets with these very low walls, they don't ever do the trick. I need a 14-inch skillet, and I need about another half an inch of height on these, on the side of these dadgum pans. Because although they say, you know, 4 servings here, 4 middle America servings ain't 4 Phillips family household servings. Our servings per person, we need a little bit more to it. Well, yeah, it was 2.5 pinch. You know, I don't really like those arbitrary measures like a pinch, because believe it or not, a pinch is a real measurement in the culinary world. I want to say it's a 1/16 of a tablespoon. I think it's a 1/16 of a tablespoon. I hate them arbitrary measures. When I say a pinch, it means I'm just throwing a pinch in there and looking to see what I like. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's a tablespoon? Yeah, sorry, 1/16 of a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Yeah, that'd be a quarter of a teaspoon. All right, now we got that done. Let's go ahead and add in this garlic. I want all the garlic out there. Y'all being stubborn today. There we go. Let that just get just a little. If you don't want to burn the garlic, the all-in-one pan. Yeah, inbox me at or email to ask me at Crazy for Meals. Because I need to know what that's about. Also, when we're talking about Crazy for Meals, please, folks, don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you'll know that we are on. Like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Please don't forget to tap into us on TikTok. We're trying some new things on there. Visit Crazy for Meals for all your this and previous recipes. Email me at askme@crazyformeals.com. Hit that chat button. While you're on it, you can hit me directly. And please share this with your friends and your family. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add in some diced tomatoes. Now, I buy the tomatoes that's already seasoned, the Italian blend. But if you don't want to do that, if you can't find that, then you just add in some more Italian season. And we're going to add in about a tablespoon of tomato paste. You say you got it. You know what? It's 2 DDs within a mile of here. So I'm going to have to go check them out. Well, the other thing is my issue is I got to have a pan that's induction capable for the show. In the house, you know, I'm using fire. But out here, I got to have one that's induction capable. I'm definitely going to check out DD's. It's called a 15-inch jumbler. Yeah. Yeah, $30 is about my budget. That's about the price I want to spend, too. So I'm definitely going to look into that. All right. So now we've added the tomatoes and the tomato paste. And we're going to bring this up and we're going to let this just cook down a little bit to reduce more of that liquid out of here. But while I'm at it, let me go ahead and give it a taste, see if I need to adjust anything. Nope, I think we're good there. Now, folks, when you're developing and you're cooking, especially a recipe that you're trying to figure out or one you just first now following, careful with the salt. So you saw we had the Italian herb. I told you I brined the meat, so that's going to give a level of salinity to it. But also, we're going to top this with an Italian cheese blend, and cheese actually has salt in it as well. So you want to be careful as you salt as you go along, so you don't end up, because you can always add extra salt, but it's kind of hard to get the salt up out of a dish once you done put too much in there. Even soups, you know, they got that the potato method where you put your potato in there, absorb it. Even that ain't gonna get it back to where it's supposed to be. And again, folks, my new gadgets and toys. This recipe, as you see, is only about 370 calories and about 13 grams of carbs for the per serving. So that ain't a lot. I mean, I'm currently 261 pounds, so a 300 calorie meal ain't a lot for somebody my size. But you definitely, with that, and then my intermittent fasting, no wonder I'm losing this weight. But again, low calorie, low carb meal, and this one happens to also be a low calorie meal as well. Oh, appreciate you, Terry. Well, hey man, look, you taught me well with some of this overlay stuff. I got some more things I want to do, but so far you done taught me well with some of this technology. All right, we're gonna add the chicken back into the pot. And because I ain't got the jumbler that Wilbur just told us about, I'm gonna have to use 2 utensils so I can mix this all up. Let y'all see what we got goings-ons up in here. Now with the zucchini, play with them. I was going to put yellow zucchini, but since I'm using orange and red bell peppers, I'm like, I don't need to add any more colors to it. So I got some yellow, but definitely play with it. And obviously, the yellow and the orange bell peppers are sweeter than your red bell peppers. All right, smooth that out. And now, turn this down just a smidge, and we're going to top this with some cheese. And we're going to cover that and let that melt. And after that, we're going to be done, get us a nice taste test, and see what's going on. Nothing I want y'all to do between now and, because I am going to go 1 week early off of my well, not, I'm gonna pause my low carbon for Super Bowl Sunday. So y'all give me some of y'all ideas of what y'all cooking for Super Bowl Sunday. I think I'm personally gonna do I don't want to say this because some of the folks who's watching is coming, and if I change my mind, they'll be like, man, you said you were doing such and such. I think I'm going to do a taco bar for mine. But yeah, hit me up with some of your ideas and let me know what y'all do with Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, I might try and figure out some low-carb options for those of you that's, more disciplined than yours truly and want to stick to your low-carb journey. I might try to figure out some low-carb options to display between now and Super Bowl. One thing, there's a lot of companies out there, I think Olay is one of them, that have a bunch of very, very good low-carb tortillas while we're speaking about tacos. So there's a bunch of companies out there that are making them. Not to mention, if you're doing, say, sandwiches or burgers or things like that, there's a whole bunch of keto bread. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to lie, it's kind of expensive after a while. I went, last week? Man, I found keto crackers. I done made keto biscuits. I done made keto pancakes. I done fried chicken with some almond flour. I tried to do it with some fish the other day, but I had to just say, the heck with this, and add some cornmeal because I wasn't going to play with my fish like that. But man, there's a whole lot of low-carb things out there to help y'all get through y'all journey. All right, let's go ahead and we should add some more cheese to that. Huh? What y'all think? You think she say no? What you think we should add some more cheese to that? I'm gonna leave it for right now. Let's turn this off. Let this start cooling down, and once this bubbling starts, we're gonna give it a taste test and go from there. So just to recap, while we're waiting for this to cool down enough for me to taste it, today we did a zucchini chicken skillet. So we seasoned some chicken with some salt, garlic, Italian herbs, browned it, set it off to the side. To that, we added to the same pan, we put in some bell peppers, some onions, a little bit of garlic, a can of diced tomatoes, and some tomato paste. Mixed that all together. Once it came all together and everybody loved each other, we put the chicken back in there, tossed it together, added some Italian blend cheese. On top of that, mine was provolone, mozzarella, and Parmesan. Some Italian blended cheese put on top of that, let it melt. And now we're about to give it a taste test. As far as the nutritional value on it, I'm just loving this new little gadget. This meal is about 370 calories per serving. This meal serves 4 people, and you got about 13 grams of carbs in it. For the full recipe, don't forget to visit createsimple.com for the complete breakdown. Now that we got all those preambles and parameters out the way, let's go ahead and I ain't getting no fancy serving dish. I'm going to use this same one. Let's go ahead and add a little bit to the plate. And let's give this a taste test. I can tell you one thing, I ain't surprised. This is where I will pat myself on the back because I don't do no dry chicken. The chicken, as I told you, the recipe, I didn't put this in the recipe. I know some folks don't want to go through all that, but I brine my chicken. I highly recommend it. And brine the chicken, definitely on point, still moist and tender. And let's try the whole meal together. But I have to make sure my chicken still do what it do. Because Mr. Millie don't make no dry chicken. Y'all had to watch the help to understand where that joke come from. All right, here we go. I'm loving it. And my wife definitely going to love the fact that there's enough crunch still left in these vegetables. I ain't going to lie. I wish I wasn't on low carb because I definitely would put some pasta in this and go to town because this, man, look, over some pasta, this'll be on point for real. But since we on low carb, we didn't. Again, folks, please don't forget to email me your suggestions at askme@createsimplesmeals.com. Visit our website and all other social media, our TikToks, our Facebooks, our Instagram, and our YouTubes. Give us your ideas, what you want to see, and we will try to comply with as best we can. And we will see you all back here next Tuesday for hopefully the edutaining episode of Create Simple Meals. Love y'all, and y'all keep on cooking.